All right, everyone, let's dive right in and talk about the Thursday night football game, which was the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. And you know what? I got to eat it. It is about 4:30 p.m. right now, West Coast time, and Coach McDaniel still has his job. I was wrong. I said that if the Dolphins lost, I thought today he would be first coach fired. Since then, yesterday, actually, it came out that Dolphins ownership really doesn't want to fire him and move on from him. They do like him. But ultimately, it is a results-based business, and the results are not good with the Dolphins right now. They're 0-3. They did put up a fight yesterday. I thought they were going to get blown out by more than 10.5. Um, Obviously, they still did lose. Buffalo got the job done. But, they hung tight that first half. They were in it. It was tied at halftime. You had that weird play with Josh Allen where he kind of looked like a botch snap fumble, not really. Ultimately, I mean, even if it was a botch snap, when he gains control, he kind of kneels as well on the back end, which is giving himself up. But you could really argue it. But ultimately, even if that would have been called a botch snap, Buffalo would have won this game. Buffalo controlled the game the whole way, pretty much. I shouldn't say the whole game because, like I said, the Dolphins put up a fight in that first half. But Josh Allen is just honestly at this point, I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, his numbers yesterday were pretty sensational: 22 for 28, 213. So not crazy in the yards. I thought he was going to have way more. But 3 touchdowns, only took 2 sacks, and his QB rating was 134. I mean, he just gets it done, and he does the little things. And they had a great game from James Cook, who had 19 carries for 108 yards and a touchdown. And the Bills team, I mean, their defense is getting it done, and that's what it is. And obviously, Josh Allen and the offense are gonna be there. Like, I do not see a game. There's bets you could put in the beginning of the season of will this team score a touchdown every single game this year, and the Bills might be the best bet for that because between Josh Allen and James Cook running the ball, how he's doing, and this offense is very powerful. They've been together for a while. Sean McDermott's the same head coach, so they have experience, and it shows on offense and on defense. They're getting by right now. I do think ultimately when they start playing the better teams, just like you saw with Baltimore, they gave up 40 points to the Ravens in week 1. If it gets to the playoffs and they have to play those big time offensive teams, or even if it's the Super Bowl, they have to play a team like the Packers, that defense needs to be better. But again, they're getting the job done. They're 3-0 now. I'm going to see who do they play next week. So next week they play at home against New Orleans. Who made this schedule for the Bills? Then they play at home against New England, then at Atlanta, then at Carolina, and then the Chiefs at home. So they have a chance of going 8-0, honestly. I mean, they get the bye week in week 7 after that at Atlanta Monday Night Football game. But, I mean, yeah, I kind of see them going 8-0 and then playing the Chiefs. And with the way the Chiefs are looking, that could be a win too. Then they play Miami again. Tampa would be a tough game. Houston would be a tough game. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. We'll see if Burrow is making his comeback by then. Cleveland, Philly. Oh, that'll be a hell of a game. Week 17 at home against the Philadelphia Eagles, and then the Jets. So, I mean, the Bills are set up here. Like, they have it, they have everything in front of them. They're 3-0. That schedule is kind of nice for them. I think it ended up working well for them when having to play they're in the AFC East, but all the other opponents that they have to play, I mean, the NFC South, yeah. So that's Carolina, New Orleans, Tampa's a tough one. The Falcons, Falcons are all right, but with the Bills, it's kind of no competition, I feel like. And then meanwhile, the Dolphins, like I said, I thought this would be maybe the time to fire Mike McDaniel if they lost, just because it's kind of a mini bye, and now they got 10 days, but they do play the New York Jets at home on Monday Night Football, so they got that extra day as well. Maybe this is where they can start changing their season around. Then they play at Carolina. Could be a win. But then, it gets tough again. They play the Chargers at home and then at Cleveland, which is feisty because that defense in Cleveland is really good. At Atlanta, and I think Atlanta is better than Miami for sure. Home against Baltimore, home against Buffalo again. So tough for the Dolphins here. Then at home against Washington, and then it's their bye. So I guess, again, I'm not hoping Mike McDaniel gets fired. I like him, but I do think that if, that's just the way the NFL works. So ultimately, I mean, it was a good game. The big thing also that came out of this is people complaining about Thursday Night Football airing Tyreek Hill's dirty laundry. And I'm just going to say this. If you want the nice off the field stories being told by the broadcasters, then you got to take the good with the bad. Why can't they report the bad stories as well? If they're true and it's, they're being honest about them, then why not? And this was the story that essentially they aired yesterday that people are complaining about Tyreek Hill. All right. So again, they state that they're accusations. They say, allegedly. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Again, like, what do people just want to live in a positive, super happy world? Like, it's real things. I mean, this could have implications. Could he get suspended? Like, things like that. So and even when it doesn't have implications, it's part of his story. I'm sorry, this is Tyreek Hill's fault. Don't be mad at the people reporting it. They didn't falsely say anything about the reality of the situation. And around the holidays, they always talk about, like, oh, Tyreek Hill had a special event where he, went to a local high school and gifted all these kids. And we love to hear that. And that's part of his story too. So you got to take the good with the bad. I'm sorry. And I mean, even his coach here said Tyreek Hill was violent. All right, I'm just playing. This is AI, and that was not true at all. So I just had to put a little laughter out there. I mean, people take these things so seriously when a broadcast team talks about life outside of football, but we want it when it's the good stuff. So I'm just saying, this is Tyreek's mess, essentially. Now, even if he's completely innocent, it's still Tyreek's mess. Like, that's like if someone's wife starts false rumors about the husband in the workplace, and then you expect the workplace people not to talk about it. Like, you can't be mad at the workplace people not to talk about it. You would be mad at the wife for spreading false rumors. So at the end of the day, if he's innocent, then let's all be mad at the wife for the false accusations. But as of now, they're just accusations. We don't know if they're true or false. Innocent to proven guilty. That's why he's out there playing. Good for him. I don't think of him differently. I need to see if it was true or false. Like, so, but they are fine to report it and talk about it, just like they're fine to report about off-field anything that could have an effect on the guy's potential character or his on-field play or his availability to play. So again, I think it's fair game. And ultimately, I don't know why people were all so mad at Thursday Night Football for talking about it. Like, they didn't even talk about it that negatively. They just said the reality of his situation. So anywho, that was Thursday Night Football. We will come back tomorrow and start predicting games for the weekend. And also, we need to talk about some WNBA action because the playoffs for the WNBA are off to a hot start. We have had some great games. The Las Vegas Aces got the job done last night against the Seattle Storm in the pivotal Game 3. It was a deciding Game 3, and it came down to the end. And honestly, that ending was crazy too because the lights went out a little bit, I would say, early, but not early enough to where it really affected the last shot. But check this out. This is the end of the game. What happened? Did it go in? Oh, the final shot. They're down by one. Let's look at that again. Oh, that was pretty crazy that the lights went out. I mean, just after the buzzer, essentially, which obviously the shot was late, but I don't know if it was a mistake or not. by switching the lights over. But if that had been 0.3 of a second, let's see when the ball leaves their hand. I mean, yeah, I mean 1/10. The buzzer goes off at 1/10, and then the ball's still in her hand. But here it is. So right there, it's 1/10 left. The ball's in her hand, and then there's the buzzer. The ball's still in her hand. So it was no good regardless. But I mean, if the lights would have gone out, and that shot would have been good, the lights went out there. So that was crazy. I mean, seeing it live, you could tell that she missed the shot. And the shot was short. She front rimmed it. But if on TV, if that shot was on time, I mean, you must have been going crazy. Like, wait, what just happened? Like, did it go in? Did the Seattle win? Did Vegas win? So, anyway, that series was pretty great. So Vegas advances. They take on the Indiana Fever now, who won a thriller as well on the road in Atlanta, who was a favorite. So that was super exciting. Tonight, the Liberty are taking on the Phoenix Mercury in the deciding game 3 as well. And that'll be, a really, really hopefully good game. And the winner of that will go on the road, start on the road, and take on the best team in the WNBA, which is the Minnesota Lynx. So, they're the clear favorite, and they would host the winner of this game tonight. So we'll see how it all plays out. So we need to give WNBA some love because those games have been pretty great in the playoffs at least. So pretty exciting times, besides the fact that there is no Caitlin Clark, sadly. But the Fever still got it done. So, man, good for the Fever. But sad Caitlin Clark can't be playing right now because she's injured. Because if she was playing, I'd be giving them a good chance against the Aces. That would be very exciting. So, but still, hey, anything can happen. I mean, they beat Atlanta, and Atlanta was favorite. So we'll see how it all plays out. We'll talk to you tomorrow with some predictions. Enjoy your Friday night.